How's it going, everybody? I'm the big guy. I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. There have been none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, I am the one and only big guy, Jacoby, and welcome to Wrestling Made Simple. I'm sorry if I sound a little hoarse, if my voice sounds different. I was yelling all week at WrestleMania, and it's been a fun time, so this podcast might be a little quieter. I'm also recording in my hotel room, so I'm trying not to cause a disturbance. But it's been a fun week here in Dallas, man. This has been amazing. I'm here on my last night before I leave, so I'm recording this, and I'm heading to a hockey game. God, has it been a good time. But let's get into the news. We got the news of the week, followed by your SmackDown review, your Stand and Deliver review, your WrestleMania review, your Raw review, a look back at Backlash 2016, a WWE Drink of the Week, and then something a little different to end the show. There will be no reading from the Book of Rules. I did not pack the Book of Rules. I tried to do something different. And no Battle Droid of the Week, because this has been such a good week, I am not going to bring it down. So let's get into the news this week, as Conor McGregor has called out the entire WWE roster for not appearing at WrestleMania. He says he is the biggest draw in combat sports, and he asked, why was I not at Mania? They all fear me, that's why. So Vince McMahon is apparently interested in bringing Conor McGregor into WWE. Conor McGregor is interested in coming to WWE, so this might be very fun. This might be a fun one for Conor McGregor to really get out from the UFC, and he is a controversial figure, whether you look at it or not, whether you like him or not. He is very drawing. He draws people in, so it would be cool to see him in WWE. Now, Stephanie McMahon actually did an interview with her in-ring status, according to with D Magazine. She said, well, no one official ever really hangs up their boots, but that being said, Ronda put me in my place about 4 years ago, so I highly doubt I would make a return to the ring unless it was the perfect right thing that everyone needed me to do. So it looks like Stephanie McMahon has retired along with her husband, Triple H. So it looks like we will no longer be getting the Authority in the ring. I think that's a cool one. The Authority is now officially retired. And sticking with Stephanie McMahon, she was asked if Vince McMahon will ever step down from his position. She said he said publicly he will step down when he dies, and who knows, he has a long life, but someone I don't see him retiring anytime soon. So it looks like Vince McMahon is going to be sticking around for a long time, until at least until hopefully he passed away. And when I say hopefully, I mean hopefully he has a long life. So that is your news this week, because I am trying to stick out of the WrestleMania news until my WrestleMania review, which is coming up after the Smackdown review. Now, I gotta say something. The Smackdown live, it was when you were there live, it was okay. I watched it on TV and it was better, because live it just felt like they were just kind of video packages. It looked better on TV. The Usos kicked it off with a Smackdown. Oh wait, what the fuck? That's a result from night one of Mania. That's not. Hang on, someone messed up my. Let's see. What the fuck? Someone took my night. Okay, now I'm pissed. So it was actually. I will say this: the SmackDown was more video packages than anything. I have to go a long way back to find my notes from SmackDown, so hang on, please. Okay, I'm back. So, anyway, back to this. SmackDown kicked off with the Giant Battle Royal. Now I'm starting to get my memories back from this show. It was a cool Battle Royal. For the whole time, I kind of knew who was going to win. They teased Finn Balor winning it, but I knew in the end it was going to be Madcap Moss, because They apparently want to give him a push that will get him away from Baron Corbin now that this feud with Drew McIntyre is over. So I think this could be a really cool thing for Madcap Moss to get. It came down to Ziggler, Rude, Balor, and Moss. And for a second I thought Balor, but then I looked at myself and went, nah, they're gonna do Moss. There's no way they don't push Moss here. And sure enough, Moss was able to pick up the win after Balor almost eliminated him. He almost eliminated Balor, and that was a really cool little battle they had. But Moss picks up the win in the end. After this, we got the Intercontinental Championship match. So I forgot to say there will be a title review in this episode. That's a fun one to have. I haven't had a title review in so long. But there will be a title review. Ricochet was able to retain his title after Humberto and Angel kind of had a little breakdown, but not too much of a breakdown. That was a cool one to see of Ricochet really defending his title, but this match should have been on at least the pre-show Mania, if not the main card. Ricochet and Finn Balor should defend their titles at Mania. You got a lot of highlight videos in this, so next was a highlight video between Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. And then you got Sasha Banks and Naomi versus the Women's Tag Team Champions. This was just kind of a match just to build to WrestleMania. It wasn't anything special. Sasha Banks and Naomi pick up the win here. We then got an earlier pre-taped video again of Kayla Braxton interviewing Ronda Rousey at the gym where she's been training. Ronda Rousey then said her line, Charlotte, you have two choices. One, you tap out. Two, I leave with your arm. Either way, I'm leaving with the SmackDown Women's Championship. We then get another video package between Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Again, this is where I said it was better to watch on TV, this one, because it was all video packages. It was nothing really that you were like, oh my God, here's these guys about to face off before Mania. That one left a sour taste in my mouth. After this, Charlotte came out and explained why she's so cool, why she's been the champion so many times, and how she's better than Ronda, how she's going to beat her down, and how basically Charlotte Flair calls her a bitch, and that's how you know it's a women's feud. Someone said the word bitch. We then got a highlight video between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns to highlight the biggest match in WrestleMania history, so that was nice. Yeah. After this, we got the six-man tag team match. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs were making their entrance. Austin Theory then attacks Pat McAfee. McAfee chases Theory down and kicks in Mr. McMahon's door to basically Mr. McMahon coming out and saying, what the hell's wrong with you? You want me to cancel your WrestleMania? Ow. Okay, can't do the Vince McMahon impression right now. Okay, ow. Vince McMahon threatened to cancel Pat McAfee's match. He said no and walked away. Austin Theory was standing behind Mr. McMahon, basically looking like an evil henchman from a James Bond movie, who you know is going to die, but you just want to see how James Bond is going to kill him. That's how I felt with Pat McAfee in this one. Austin Theory then interfered in a tag team in a Rick Boogs versus Jimmy Uso match, and it was announced that it will be a six-man tag. Austin Theory and the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know why I said Moray, but that would actually be a cool name change. Anyway, Theory pinned Balor in this match, which was stupid. I don't know why Finn Balor's taking all the pins here. I'm guessing maybe they're planning a heel turn or something for him, which I wouldn't want to see. I like Balor better as a face than a heel, or maybe just a tweener. But I don't know why they're doing Balor getting pinned every time. Every time he's getting pinned. And then finally, in your main event, it was a Happy Talk segment where Drew McIntyre had a sword. And this segment would actually get me on What Culture Wrestling. Drew McIntyre made a joke about this Drew McIntyre sword of what does Drew McIntyre's sword and his mom have in common? He lost them both. And if you look up What Culture, you'll see me make the joke on a Friday Night Smackdown review live with the fans. So I get booed, but it was still cool to be on What Culture. Shout out to them. That was awesome. And that was beat. And then Drew McIntyre came out, got his sword back, threw everything, destroyed everything, and he was just happy to have his sword back. So that was a cool one. And that's how SmackDown before WrestleMania ended. That was as weird could be. I have no clue who thought that was a good idea for SmackDown. I have no clue who wanted that to happen. I imagined it was Vince McMahon looking at this going, okay, yeah, this works, yeah. But it just didn't sit well with the crowd. I will admit that they made up for it with the wrestling of this weekend of that Stand and Deliver and everything, but this SmackDown did not get me excited for a WrestleMania, which sucks because this was my first real, okay, I'm going to SmackDown for WrestleMania. I was so excited. And I gotta say, before this, I went to Axis that day, and I met some great fans. I met great people. And that was one of the great things about WrestleMania this year. I got interviewed by the Texas radio station for a few minutes, which was unbelievable. So it was fun to be with the fans, but at the same time, we were going, okay, they need to do better than this, and I hope that Raw after Mania was better. Spoiler alert, no. But let's get to Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver was awesome. I loved this show. It was fun. It had me on the edge of my seat for every match. Even the kickoff show had a great match, which was the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match, which should have been on the main show, in my opinion. No question. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai versus Toxic Attraction. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai pick up the win here after a great, hard-fought match. Hot tags, everything that can happen did happen in this match except for Mandy Rose coming out. But Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, great job here. Great match to kick off Stand and Deliver. And then you get the opening match on the main show, the North American ladder match for the North American Championship. Pablo Santos Escobar, Cameron Grimes, Carmelo Hayes, Solo Sikoa, and Grayson Waller all wrestling in this ring. You had Legado de Fantasma on the outside, Grayson Waller's guy whose name escapes me. You had everyone on the outside fighting. Trick Williams was trying to help Carmelo Hayes. For a second, Trick Williams tried to climb the ladder, and I'm like, oh, he's pulling a James Ellsworth at Money in the Bank. He's going to win it for Angelo Dawkins, even though he's not in this match. Oh, I forgot to turn off my alarm. But Cameron Grimes picks up the win in the end after hitting the cave-in. I believe it was on Santos Escobar. And Cameron Grimes is in the corner, and all he does is just hit the ropes and just rinse up the ladder as fast as I've ever seen anyone climb the ladder. And captures the title, and Cameron Grimes celebrates basically in tears, as apparently he was doing this for his late father, so that was awesome. Cameron Grimes picks up the win and is your